Iconic Western brands are losing relevance year after year. For example, Ray-Ban is no longer seen as fashionable or stylish by Gen Z. Their recent attempt to stay relevant with AI hasn't really made an impact. Brands like H&M, Calvin Klein, and Levi's, once symbols of cool in the 2000s, still haven't figured out a new identity. Their clumsy efforts to chase social media trends and connect with younger audiences often come off as cringe, and their poor sales numbers clearly show it. But if we look to Asia, the story is very different. Korean brands are rapidly taking over the global market. TikTok and Instagram are full of people excitedly showing off their favorite Korean products. These brands impress with their modern approach to marketing, eye-catching packaging, and incredible attention to detail. Their sales are hitting record highs, new stores are opening fast, and global expansion seems not just likely, but unstoppable. In this video, we'll dive into the brilliant strategies used by Korean marketers, uncover the secret tactics behind their success, and explore why their fresh approach to branding and sales is working so well. By the end, you'll see how they're not just making waves, they're on track to dominate the global market and leave their Western competitors in the dust. One of the first game-changing tactics Korean brands embraced was also the most basic, letting people actually experience the product. It sounds crazy today, but just 20 years ago, many stores didn't let you touch or properly see what you were buying. Products sat behind glass displays. If you wanted to try something, you had to ask a salesperson. Shopping was passive, distant, even awkward. That began to change with the arrival of iconic, legendary companies. Apple stores, for example, looked more like demo pavilions than retail shops from the very beginning. Anyone could walk in and try out the devices, press buttons, test the camera, play with apps. This was revolutionary. People became comfortable with Apple tech because they could physically interact with the products they dreamed about. After Apple's massive success, other companies followed their lead and began offering open access to their goods. Today, if you walk into a stylish Korean eyewear store like Gentle Monster, you can try on any pair of glasses you like. Everything is designed for maximum convenience. Glasses are beautifully displayed, mirrors are everywhere, and staff only step in when needed. While this setup is standard for eyewear, the same hands-on approach applies to Korean beauty stores like Tamburins. You can try their soaps or creams right there in the store. Some locations even have sinks, so customers can test the products and see how they actually work. And yes, once you apply their signature cream, you'll immediately notice how soft and velvety your hands become. Another successful Korean brand, Nudake, takes this approach even further in their dessert shop. All the pastries and desserts are displayed right in front of you. You can simply walk along the counter and pick whatever you want. If something is made to order, they often show a mock-up version, so customers can still see what it will look like. Product demonstration, without glass cases, guards, or supervision, is a simple but powerful way to connect with customers. If your product truly has great qualities, people will dream about it, but only if they get to touch it. It's by seeing and touching that we fall in love with a product. Demonstration and freedom of interaction create a magical effect. Lego once had a simple rule: the more someone touches Lego bricks, the more likely they are to buy them. That's why they dumped piles of bricks onto tables and let anyone play. Korean brands have mastered this idea, letting people feel and experience their products, no matter what they're selling. But that's just the beginning. Let's move on to the second, more advanced secret behind Korean brand success. There was a time when all stores looked pretty much the same. No matter what they sold, the layout was generic: mirrors, counters, glass shelves, and the same old cash registers. But marketing, design, and consumer psychology have gone through a revolution. Everything has changed. Today, every brand chases its own unique identity, whether it's color, font, slogan, design, packaging, or something else. We live in an era of brand wars, where authenticity and distinctiveness are the new currency, and no one gets this better than Korean brands. Here are installations from Gentle Monster in Seoul, a fitting room at the fashion brand Otter Error, and a cosmetics store by Tamburins. These installations are expensive and complex to create. Most brands wouldn't bother with such artistic touches. They seem pointless and even distract from the product. Almost, but not quite. Installations like these are magnets for today's consumers. We crave experiences, emotions, and quick bursts of dopamine. So when we see something unique, we light up. We feel like kids again, and we tell everyone about it. A fitting room that looks like a space capsule? Wow, so cool. Gotta film it. A super realistic moving horse? Incredible. How did they come up with that? Desserts displayed like museum pieces, surrounded by screens. Mind-blowing. These installations attract people and show that the brand is modern, creative, and different. While other brands feel dull and gray, Korean brands constantly surprise. People visit them like museums, just to see what's new and marvel at their latest ideas. Thanks to heavy foot traffic and non-stop buzz, brand recognition grows insanely fast. People love sharing the unusual. That's the whole secret behind word of mouth. We tell our friends about what amazed or moved us. And a moving horse in a store? That's definitely unusual. So we share the story. And in doing so, we're advertising the brand. That's why installations serve real marketing goals: boosting awareness, expressing the brand's identity, and acting as magnets for curious visitors. If those installations are interactive, even better. For example, Gentle Monster recently teamed up with Bratz dolls. This collaboration sparked a quirky new eyewear line and amazing store decor where the dolls took center stage. But what really wowed visitors was the interactive experience. Anyone could try on the new glasses, stand in front of a special camera, and within minutes get a photo of themselves styled like a Bratz doll. As you can imagine, the line outside was huge. Every girl wanted to see her cartoon version. But these techniques, installations, and interactivity serve an even bigger purpose. We've already seen that many Western brands struggle with generational shifts online. What worked for millennials just doesn't click with Zoomers, and connecting with them on social media keeps getting harder. But successful Korean brands don't have that problem. Their secret? They live by a simple motto: create visual wow moments. And that applies to everything. Their stores look like art installations. People visit them like galleries. These displays are often updated, which keeps people curious and gives them a reason to come back. And what's the first thing we do when we see something unusual, elegant, or beautiful? We grab our phones. We want to capture it and share how it made us feel online. It always works. Plus, Korean stores are always tasteful and unique, often looking like futuristic exhibits. That means every photo taken inside is pure Instagram gold. Interactive elements are designed for sharing too. Who wouldn't want to show off how they'd look in the Bratz universe? It's just plain fun. But let's not forget, the visual wow effect isn't just about the stores. It applies to the products and packaging as well. Take this lipstick from Tamburins. It's shaped like a smooth, matte egg with a minimalist logo, like a sci-fi artifact or a piece of modern art. And of course, you want to share it. It's beautiful, aesthetic, and a little bit strange. Here's a key rule: anything that looks strange grabs attention. Anything unusual stands out. New Dake makes desserts shaped like noses, eyes, or cows, and sells them as high-end treats. It's not just a product, it's a cultural phenomenon. That's why Korean brands don't struggle with social media. People happily become their marketers, sharing experiences, posting reviews, and spreading the word. They figured out that social media success isn't about the brand's own account. It's all about user-generated content. That's why they put so much focus on visuals, interactivity, and installations. And everyday people, like you and me, end up creating content and bringing in even more customers. All these marketing techniques are crucial. They play a key role in how these brands grow. But the explosive rise of Korean brands and the stagnation of many Western ones has a deeper reason. For decades, trends came from the West. People all over the world watched Hollywood movies, listened to American music, and wanted to be like their idols from the US. This helped Western brands succeed by spreading American values and culture worldwide. Hollywood even popularized product placement, where directors spotlighted certain products, like Nike shoes. As a movie gained popularity, people everywhere wanted the shoes they saw on screen. This cultural dominance lasted for years. Trends flowed from west to east, boosting the power of Western brands. But now, that flow has reversed. Take Labubu, the breakout toy of 2025. It's hugely popular worldwide, including Western Europe and the US, and has become a real fashion accessory. But this trend started in Asia. Labubu was originally sold by the Chinese collectible store Pop Mart and began spreading from China to Thailand and other Asian countries. This shows a simple truth: new countries are now leading the way. Their cultures are booming. South Korea is one of them. It's now setting trends and exporting its unique cultural identity. With Korea's cultural expansion comes the rise of Korean brands. Look at the global explosion of K-pop. These artists have become true icons and trendsetters. Fun fact: Labubu's popularity soared after Blackpink's Lisa started sharing photos with the toy. The cosmetics brand Tamburins, which we mentioned earlier, is promoted by another Blackpink member, Jennie. None of this is a coincidence. Korean music, movies, and culture now drive global trends, and that fuels the rise of Korean businesses. There's another key reason behind their success. Korean brands have realized that it's not enough to just make products. You have to create entire universes. Take fragrance brand Nonfiction. Their products are packaged like minimalist novels. Each bottle has a name like Forget Me Not, Gentle Night, or In the Shower. Their boutiques present each scent like a story. It's a whole world. Or look at fashion brand Otter Error. They make intentionally distorted or weird clothes. Think asymmetry, raw edges, and exaggerated shapes. It's emotion through dissonance. They also craft visual worlds for each outfit. More than just a lookbook, it's video art with storylines. This obsession with detail, storytelling, and authenticity is what drives success for modern brands. And Korean brands have discovered their greatest weapon: fearlessness. They're not afraid to get creative, to build entire worlds, to become part of art, to break the mold, to stand out. That's exactly what many big Western brands lack. They're scared to change, afraid to evolve, worried about losing loyal customers. They struggle to find fresh messages or new meanings. Instead, they cling to the past, terrified of damaging their reputation. That's why they're stagnating, while Korean companies are rising on the global stage. Very soon, Korean brands will dominate worldwide. People will discover their strange and beautiful products, get inspired by their stories, and spread the word. Don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty more marketing and branding insights coming your way. Stay tuned.